So those are assault, simple assault and aggravated assault. Of course, we also have the crimes of battery, which are different than assault. So assault is putting someone in fear of imminent unlawful harm. Battery is actually causing the harm or the contact with the other person. So here we have simple battery. Florida says the offense of battery occurs when a person actually and intentionally touches or strikes another person against the will of the other, or intentionally causes bodily harm to another person. Then they have the sentence, first degree misdemeanor. But if you do it in, let's see, well, that's a prior offenses. Here's the new paragraph added a couple of years ago. A person who commits a battery in furtherance of a riot or an aggravated riot commits a felony, a third degree felony, as opposed to a first degree misdemeanor. Bit of a game changer for the person who's committing the battery in the context of a riot. And then, of course, we have felony battery, which aggravated battery. A person commits felony battery if he actually and intentionally touches or strikes another person against the will. Here we go. A person commits felony battery if he actually and intentionally touches or strikes another person against the will of the other and causes great bodily harm, permanent disability, or permanent disfigurement. So the battery is the actual touching. The assault is the putting in fear, and either can be aggravated depending on if a deadly weapon was used or great bodily harm was caused, in effect. And the aggravated form is typically a felony. And of course, if it's done with a gun, there'll be a gun sentencing enhancement on top of everything else. Now, assault and battery often go together. We've heard the phrase assault and battery. That's where the defendant has put someone in fear of an imminent harm and then caused the actual harm, made actual contact. But assault doesn't require contact or causing harm. It just requires putting someone in fear of imminent harm. And battery doesn't require putting someone in fear of imminent harm. It just requires the contact, the causing of the harm. So you can have assault separate from battery. You run up to someone with a raised fist as if you're going to punch them, and they see you coming and you alarm them. You put them in fear of imminent harm with a punch, but you don't actually strike them. You sneak up behind somebody and you punch them in the back of the head, never putting them in fear of the blow because they never saw the fear coming. It's just a battery. You run up where someone can see you with a raised fist, so they're in fear, and then you strike them. It's assault and battery. That's how we get to those legal doctrines. Now,